Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone, and welcome to day 6 of SunnahCamp's special Ramadan event. Today, we're going to start off with the Mia sisters. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone, and welcome to day 6 of SunnahCamp's special Ramadan.
Auntie,
It's day 7.
So, Mia sisters, why don't you get started with the slideshow?
Assalamualaikum, yes, yeah.
Welcome to day 7 of learning and memorizing the beautiful 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Get started. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا سيدنا
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wat-tuqa wal-'afafa wal-ghina.
Today we are learning 3 beautiful names. They are Al-Qabid, Al-Qabid, and Al-Hafiz. And Al-Hafiz is in the Al-Hafiz.
Yeah,
What do you have to learn? Next.
Aisha.
Yes.
Al-Qabid and Al-Basta go together. They do not appear as
Proper name.
name in the Quran becomes it is valuable from in Surah Baqarah.
Gosh. Yes. So the name Al-Qabid, we'll start with that. Al-Qabid comes from qabada, which means to contract, to seize, or to restrict. And Al-Baslit basically controls all possibilities. Qabd means to restrict, and Al-Qabd also means to close one's hand and also take something in one's hand. So to grasp something from someone's hand. In deeper meaning, it means to take possession of something. So taking control and having full authority over it. Qabd obviously has like many connotations, and another that is used is actually grabbing. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to hold, and the word used is qabd. He is going to hold the heavens and the earth in his right hand, and on the day of judgment, he is going to say, I am the king of the earth. Can anyone else claim that they are the king? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Basit, can stop anything at any time, whether that's health, wealth, knowledge, intelligence, even looks or abilities, anything he wills. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the original cause behind experiences of restriction and constriction. Al-Qabid restricts and shields the evil of wrongdoers. He restricts us from certain things out of his own will and own knowledge for what he knows is best for us. Now let's talk about Al-Baslit. Al-Baslit is the opposite of Al-Qabid. Bast means to open one's hand or to stretch it out. And it comes from the verb basata, which means to expand, to enlarge, or to make wide and spread out. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of ease, flow, growth, and expansion. All creation enjoys and favors being in this state, isn't it? When we're flourished with something good, take knowledge, for example. Some people can grasp onto something and learn it really fast, where others are constricted and they take longer to fully process these things. Some people have good health, they have children, they have a family, and others don't. Having all those blessings, all those things is al-baslit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has expanded the dunya on those people. When we have plentifulness, we recognize that it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our intellect, our abilities, our skills, our knowledge. But even through all your success, recognize that that is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we should in return respond with humility by using those blessings, those risks that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us in a way that He loves. Does anyone know of any examples that, I don't know, any blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that we can use in a way that He loves? You can come on the mic.
Our voices and tongues to do the right thing, like recitation of the Quran, and also just not saying bad things and having a bad tongue, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great one. Anyone else want to come up? Okay, we'll move on. Sometimes we see how others have things sometimes that are better than us, or they have, something like more quantity of something, or maybe like a really good quality, whatever, something that's trendy, I guess. Or they have the ability to do something that you don't. But understand that that is according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will. He has given that to them according to His will. He knows what is best for all creation more than we do, so trust on His plan. And on one occasion, I'm going to do a quick story. On one occasion, the prices in Medina increased, and people came complaining to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying, "O Messenger of Allah, the prices have gone up, so why don't you set the prices for us?" Because obviously he was a prophet. So the Prophet, in return, he said, "Allah is Musa'id," meaning Allah is the price setter. He is Al-Qabid, the one who withholds. He is Al-Basit, the one who gives or the one who releases. And He is Al-Razik, the provider. And I hope to meet you on the day of judgment with no one having any claims on me regarding their blood and regarding their wealth. First off, even the Prophet refused to set prices, saying that only Allah sets the prices. And the name he used was Al-Musaid, which is a name of Allah, but know that it's not part of the beautiful 99 names of Allah. They're not part of those group of names. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who provides. He gives you and He withholds from you as well. Now, how does this affect our relationship with Him? First, He is the one who causes things to increase, expand, continue, but He also causes them to extinguish, diminish, or ever cease to exist. This could be different things. This could be our feelings in our hearts, or a common example is worldly things. Everything in this world, everything in this dunya is temporary. Always, always remember that. At times, though, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives and restricts, that is a test. Wealth, poverty, that's all tests. And that's the most generic example I can give you. But obviously, if you think more deep, you can think of tons more examples. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to you, He gives you lots of wealth. He gives you lots of, something. That is also a test. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't give without taking, and He doesn't take without giving. And remember that.
Whoa, I have to say that.
Well, Hafiz means the
They're sending messages. The reducer.
reducer. It is not in the Quran, but comes in its variable form.
Al-Khafid, the reducer. Al-Khafid comes from the verb khafada, to lower, humble, or to depress or debate. Allah is the real cause behind the powers which bring about honor as well as dishonor. Al-Khafid, the reducer, brings about debasement out of compassion for His mighty presence and greatness. An-Nafs always resists debasement in humility, but Al-Mu'min, the believer, will derive great spiritual benefit from this condition if he is sensitive and reads His mercy. We have certainly created man in the best of stature. Then we return him to the lowest of the low, except for those who believe and do righteous deeds. for they will have a reward uninterrupted. Al-Khafid is the one who humiliates the oppressors and tyrants, lowering their ranks and insulting them. He abasses at will. Al-Khafid is the one who lowers through humiliation all those who think of themselves as being great, the arrogant and the conceited. He lowers entire nations. He lowers falsehood. Al-Khafid is the one who lowers the rank of all those who disobey him, who humiliate those upon whom his wrath descends, who lowers the ranks of those who deserve to be treated as such. He humiliates the unbelievers by exposing them to misery and distancing them from him. And he raises his close friends by drawing them close to him and making them happy. Allah is not unjust. Allah is just. Everyone on this earth will be accountable for what they have done. Everyone. It is a common misunderstanding that the names of Allah have to occur in the proper noun form meaning, in the actual name we know it to be. When it occurs in the proper noun, it is a name, but you can extract a name from a verb or an adjective or a description in the Quran and Sunnah. It is permissible to take that adjective to derive from it a proper noun, so the verbs that I always discuss for each name, you can take those verbs or adjectives, meaning describing words or attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and turn it into a noun, a proper name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is advanced, but not every verb can be a noun. Scholars have taught us that those names which quote perfection, that denote majesty, you can extract proper nouns from them. However, we do not take every single verb and derive a noun from it.
SunnahCamp.
So,
Assalamu alaikum.
Ikra. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair once again, Mia sisters. That was an amazing presentation.
Mia out.
And for our YouTube listeners, comment down one of the new names you've learned today and the meaning. So this was day 7 of the Ramadan event. See you all tomorrow for day 8. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu